Hello again, everyone, and I'm glad that you could join us today. This is a channel that we talk about thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, and ego, pleasure, mechanical process, order, material process, whatever it is that has to do with the movement of the mind. And from that, we try to help ourselves to move on from a breakup and understand why in a relationship we feel, act, and react the way we do, and what is the role of our psyche in it. Today we want to talk a little bit more about why is it so difficult to move on from a breakup. Well, we all know that it is difficult to move on from a breakup, but let's examine why is it really that difficult? Should it be that difficult or not? Why is it that we feel in a certain way that makes it difficult for us to see things clear? Well, if how we feel is because of how we think, then let's find out what are the things that we shouldn't be thinking and what are the things that we should be thinking in order to create a certain kind of a feeling which would help us then to see clear and move forward away from the breakup and onto bigger and better things and build our lives and so on and so forth. So let's examine that. When we break up and then you say you miss your girlfriend, and we're going to be talking about one type of relationship, and you guys switch it around, see if it suits the kind of relationship that you're in. And in this way I can deliver it a little bit more simpler. It will be easier for me. So when you break up and you feel you miss your girlfriend, you crave her, and you feel so sad about the whole thing, it must be because of the way you think, right? Because the way we think is the way we feel. So what is it that you're thinking that makes you miss the girlfriend? Obviously, you must be thinking about the pleasure, the pleasurable moments, the good moments, happy moments, the pleasure and that of that relationship, in that relationship. So you desire the pleasure. But is good moments and happy moments and the pleasurable moments or the pleasure in that relationship representing what you had a relationship with? In other words, did you have a relationship with the pleasure of the relationship, or did you have a relationship with the person that you were receiving and experiencing pleasure when you're in a relationship with her? So is it the person that you're focusing, you're thinking about, and makes you feel you're missing her? Or is it the pleasure of the relationship that you're thinking about that makes you feel you're missing her? Let's examine that. It's very important to know. If you were focused on the person that you broke up with, you would then see that person as she was at the time of breakup. And obviously, nothing was pleasant between you two. The personalities were not the same as it was maybe a while back when you guys had met. There were changes in both personalities. And in this case, your partner's personality is no longer the way it used to be. So at the time of breakup, obviously it wasn't a pleasant person. With the differences that you guys had, that would have made neither one of you pleasant for the other one. Which means if you were focusing on the quality of the persona of each other at the time of breakup, you wouldn't be missing each other because it wasn't nice. You had changed, you were treating each other differently, the words that were uttered were different, and the behavior and all the treatment that you were giving and interaction with each other wasn't pleasant. that would be the persona, that would be thinking about that person. And if you were thinking about that person, each other as a person, you wouldn't be missing her or you wouldn't be missing him, because obviously breakup time showed you a different persona, different character, different type of a person that your partner was. So that wouldn't cause you to miss her or miss him. So what is it that makes you feel, oh, I miss her? Definitely not focusing on who she had become or who she was or who he was. You miss her because you were focusing on the pleasure of the relationship. What was recorded in your memory from that relationship, the pleasure moments, the intimacy, the lovey-dovey, the good words, the good times, ha ha ha, la la la, and this and that, so forth. Is that what you had relationship with? No, you had a relationship with the person with whom you would have these pleasurable moments. But when you're missing her, is because you're thinking and focusing about the pleasures only, not her, not him, not the partner as a person, but the relationship, the feelings that you had at some moments in that relationship is what you're focusing on, is what you're thinking on, which makes you feel in a certain way. What you think is how you feel, and then that certain way makes you miss that pleasure. And when you miss that pleasure, you focus on, oh, I was getting that from her. Then you think you're missing her. But you're not really missing her, you're missing the pleasure. Because if you really focus on the personality of each other at the time of breakup, you didn't like each other. That's why you broke up. So what's there to like and miss? So that means you're not focusing, you're not thinking about each other, because if you were, you wouldn't be missing each other. You're focusing and you're thinking about the pleasure experiences in that relationship. And obviously, that would bring you to the person that you were experiencing the pleasures, and you think, oh, I miss her. I can't do without her. And then you crave her and you go after her and you get back together, but the problems are still the same. They're still there. The persona hasn't changed. Your memories are just focusing on the pleasurable moments of the relationship, and you think it's the person that brings you all the feelings that you're feeling at the moment, which is really because of the memory of wonderful things, not the memory of the personality of the person that you just broke up. Think about it. If you have distinction between the two, then you will be able to say, what I'm missing, what I'm craving, what I'm thinking after my breakup is not that I'm missing her or him, is actually I'm missing the good parts of relationship, which is the pleasure itself. And I never had a relationship with the pleasure. I had a relationship with a person. So I should focus on the personality of the person that I broke up and see if I am missing that personality. And then you will see that, no, I don't like how he or she had become at the time of breakup. That's not what I'm missing. Therefore, I'm okay. I can go on and I will replace the pleasure that I'm focusing on from the next relationship. Think about it. It might give you some answers that you might be looking for. Make it a little bit easier for you to move on and not to miss what you think, oh, it's her or him that you're missing. I'll talk to you soon.